After watching this video, you won't see coincidences the same way again. We humans always try to connect the dots, sometimes with things that have nothing to do with each other. Maybe that's just how the universe feels like it works. And trust me, you've already experienced these little signs in your own life. I'll show you how psychology explains them, and maybe you'll see something old in a new way. So let's start with the most common one. Have you ever thought about someone yesterday, and then suddenly, today, you run right into them? It feels like fate, doesn't it? But what feels like destiny is actually your brain filtering and pattern spotting. Your brain is flooded with information every second: colors, sounds, faces, movements. To handle the overload, it uses a filter called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. This system quietly decides what deserves your attention. So when someone comes into your thoughts, your brain tags them as important. From that point, you unconsciously scan the world for them, their face, their habits, even their voice in a noisy crowd. Yesterday, you wouldn't have noticed. Today, your brain makes it stand out. Now here's the kicker. Humans are creatures of routine. We take the same roads, shop at the same markets, grab tea at the same stalls. The person you're thinking about often shares some of those habits. So when your paths overlap, it feels magical. But statistically, it's very likely. Your memory exaggerates it by focusing on that one rare meeting, while ignoring the thousands of times it didn't happen. Next thing we're gonna look at is what happens when you're actually trying to avoid someone. It works the same way, just in reverse. Out of all the strangers you pass, your brain locks onto that face. That's confirmation bias. And because you're emotionally charged, nervous, annoyed, maybe even anxious, the encounter feels huge, even though it's just another overlap in your shared routines. If you live within a few kilometers of each other, the math almost guarantees you'll meet sooner or later. Psychologists call this the law of large numbers. The more times you repeat the same routes, the more likely a meeting becomes. Now, let's move to another fascinating brain trick: the frequency illusion, also called the Baader-Meinhof effect. This doesn't just happen with people. Think about when you buy something new, say a phone or a bike. Suddenly, it feels like everyone else has the same one. Or when you get a new pair of shoes, you start spotting them on strangers all the time. The world didn't suddenly change. Your brain just flipped the spotlight onto that item, making it jump out wherever it appears. And here's a funny thought. What about when you notice something completely random, like an animal crossing right in front of your news cycle? Does that mean the animal has something to do with your bike? Not really. That's just your brain trying to connect dots where none exist. But then again, animals follow habits too. And wait, we're animals as well. So maybe it's all connected in ways we don't even realize. Haha. This is where selective attention comes in. Out of thousands of tiny details around you, your brain highlights the ones that feel personal. After a breakup, you hear sad songs everywhere. After learning a new word, it pops up in every book and conversation. These patterns were always there. Your mind just ignored them until now. At the core, our brains are pattern detection machines. Evolution shaped them to notice connections, find meaning, and highlight what matters to us. That's why coincidences feel magical, even when they're simply probability plus psychology. And here's what I want you to take away. You'll keep experiencing these moments in your own life. There are countless types of coincidences, and I've only explained a few with my current knowledge. But I hope this video helps you see something familiar in a new way. These patterns were always there. I'm just here to remind you. So the next time it happens, don't just brush it off. Notice it, enjoy it, and maybe ask yourself, is it really fate? Or just your brain connecting the dots?